The Young and the Restless. Why and our spoilers tease that Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, will double-cross the Newmans to help Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn. Phyllis has made it clear that she wants a powerful position. Since the Newmans won't hand her a position, and the Abbotts have abandoned her, she doesn't feel she has any other choice but to trust Kane. It's a risk to trust Kane. He isn't known to be an honest man. Considering his father, Colin Atkinson, Tristan Rogers, was a bona fide con artist, but with no real job prospects. Phyllis has ran out of options. Kane needs information before offering Phyllis a job. Kane tells Phyllis that he is open to working with her. However, before they can discuss a possible position, she would need to give him some information. Phyllis promises to give him whatever information he needs. If she doesn't know the answer, she will find it for him. The Young and the Restless spoilers state that Kane acknowledges her skill set, asking her if she can give him business information on Newman Enterprises. Phyllis isn't sure she has any valuable information for Kane. It's been a long time since she worked for Newman Enterprises. Kane reveals he wants to know of any weak security points in the Newman Enterprises computer system. If she does, he could entertain the possibility of a job in exchange for the weak security points to target. Phyllis doesn't like the idea. She worries that if the Newmans find out he attacked their computer program, she would be blamed. Why and our spoilers state that Kane would ensure she wouldn't face any blame. Phyllis. Difficult choice. The Young and the Restless spoilers say that Phyllis must make a decision. If she betrays the Newmans, she will face Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, and Sharon Newman's Sharon Case Fury. She knows they are worried about her working with Kane. Nick doesn't trust Kane, and thinks Phyllis is naive to want to work with the conmen. Ultimately, Phyllis must decide what's best for her career. She has no options for work, and Nick isn't offering her a job. The red-headed bombshell will likely take Kane up on his offer, and let the chips fall where they may. Nick and Sharon will work hard in the next few days to convince Phyllis to turn her back on Kane. They don't trust him, and neither want Phyllis. In the middle of the corporate war. Why and our fans, will Phyllis give Kane the information he wants? Please share your thoughts with us in the comments section below. Don't forget to watch The Young and the Restless, airing weekdays on CBS and streaming on Paramount+. Spoiler alert, in a jaw-dropping twist on The Young and the Restless, Phyllis Summers has done the unimaginable. She's revealed Victor Newman's security weaknesses to none other than Kane Ashby. Could this be the ultimate double-cross? Let's break down what we've learned as the walls of Newman Enterprises shudder under the weight of betrayal. 1. The setup. Phyllis's motives under the microscope. Phyllis Summers has always been a master manipulator, charismatic and cunning, yet unpredictably ruthless. Over the years, her relationship with the Newman family has taken many shapes, from passionate love interest to vengeful saboteur. But in this current storyline, her motives are deeper and more personal than ever. Revenge turned risky. It started as revenge. Phyllis believed the Newmans wronged her professionally and personally, and she gathered intel on their security protocols. Power play or preservation. She now sees an opportunity. With a network of evidence and strategic connections, Phyllis contemplates whether leaking sensitive information could leave Newman Enterprises so exposed that she might force them into submission. A risky proposition. Revealing such information to Kane is no casual move. Kane is connected with Jack. With Jabbo, and Phyllis knows that entrusting him with Newman's vulnerabilities could shake the corporate power structure of Genoa City. 2. What did Phyllis actually expose? Phyllis didn't just whisper sweet secrets, she delivered hard, tactical vulnerabilities with precision. Here's what Kane discovered. A. Outdated surveillance loopholes. Phyllis provided startling proof. Several CCTV cameras around Newman Tower haven't been updated in years. Some lack redundancy, offering blind spots near executive offices and vaults, leaving a quiet but dangerous opening. B. Lenient access logs she uncovered. LAX controls in Victor's private lab and record rooms, areas accessible with minimal checks. A rogue employee or blackmail subject could exploit this. C. Server infrastructure fault lines. The crown jewel of her expose the main servers storing proprietary Newman Enterprises data. It turns out their poorly segmented one breach could spiral into mass data theft. These revelations arrived accompanied by evidence, snapshots of security feeds missing, timestamps proving surveillance lapses, and snippets from internal memos highlighting lapses. 3. Kane's dilemma. To protect or to profit. Kane is in an impossible situation. On one hand, he's a loyal man, especially when it comes to the Ashbijobo legacy. But this is a chance to turn the tables. Protecting Newman's legacy, Kane knows if this leak spreads, Victor will be forced to overhaul his entire security architecture, triggering suspicion and upheaval. Window of leverage. He also sees an opportunity. With Phyllis's insights, he could bargain, demanding something substantial in return. He could help her or use her to his advantage. Moral crossroads. Kane is reputable, but children and friends depend on him. If protecting the Newmans means preventing potential disaster for the company and the city, should he for the double cross? Why this feels like betrayal, friends? Let's not sugarcoat it. What Phyllis did is the textbook definition of a double cross. She repositioned herself not merely as Victor's rival, but as an insider threatening the foundation of the Newman empire. Her potential motives: personal vendetta, a sense of wrong, even if justified, can turn motivated proponent into clandestine adversary. High-stakes gambit revealing these faults is no gentle warning, it's a power play with massive consequence. Playing chess, not checkers. Phyllis's offering to Kane isn't a parting gift, it's a bid to embed herself deeper in Genoa City's next strategic move. But this move could backfire dramatically. Allies she hopes to manipulate may perceive she's gone to fore, and, worst of all, Victor Newman doesn't tolerate weak links. 5. Fallout. What this means for Newman Enterprises. Kane decides to act on Phyllis's info. The ripple effects could be explosive. Security overhaul. Victor will have no choice but to invest heavily in upgrading video surveillance, enforcing strict access logging, and installing segmented, encrypted servers. Corporate chaos on internal security breach can signal vulnerability. Shareholders might panic. Board members could demand transparency, and competitors could smell fresh blood. Trust erosion. Victor's circle is tight. Discovering a mole this close, especially one feeding info to Kane, could tear relationships apart. Who does he trust now? Nikki, Adam, Jack. 6. Phyllis on the brink. Calculated risk or ultimate overreach. Phyllis is always strategic, but this feels extreme even for her. She must be calculating. Is she prepared for the aftermath? Does she expect Kane to play ball and protect her? Or will he extract her heart corporately and romantically, only to discard her once her value expires? Would she trust him to back her publicly? That kind of exposure would bring everyone's attention: legal, media, and Newman clamps her. Phyllis might not be ready for that. 7. Kane's next move. Protect Newman or cash in. Here's the crux of the drama. Kane has 3 paths, each with high risk: silence and secure, uphold loyalty, discreetly help Victor secure his infrastructure, ideally earning trust from the Newman patriarch, conditional alliance, use the info as leverage. He could say, fix these faults, then I can influence an outcome on behalf of Phyllis, maybe a position at Jabba or another payoff. Sell out, go public, release this info to media or rivals like Billy or Devin. That would guarantee permanent destruction of the Newman empire, but at what personal cost? No matter what, Kane's decision will determine whether people view him as hero or traitor. 8. Family fallout. Victor, Nikki, and their inner circle expect fireworks inside the Newman household. Victor will demand names. Someone spilled, find them, manned, punish them, someone's going to take the fall. Nikki will be torn. She's protective of Victor, but she has sympathy for Phyllis. Will she shield her? Adam could sense an opening. If Victor is reeling, someone has to assume control. He could rise, or double down on destroying his father's empire. Billy and Victoria won't stay quiet. They're always watching for cracks to exploit, even if they're cousins. 9. Viewer expectations. What's next? Over the coming episodes we can anticipate. Victor's found out he'll likely confront Phyllis, Kane, or both. Expect his fury to reach volcanic scale. Cast alliances shift. Jabba, Chancellor Winters, and even Newman links will rebalance their allegiances, striking pacts behind closed doors. The big fix versus the big leak. Will Kane help Victor bide time and clean up, or unleash the full force of the data to break Newman's stronghold? Character consequences. Phyllis might be fired, literally and figuratively. Kane's moral standing will be tested. Victor's reaction will define the next era. Final take. One move to unseat a dynasty. Phyllis exposing Victor's weak security to Kane is more than just a spoiler, it's a strategic chess move, with infinite ramifications. Is this the stroke that topples a dynasty? Or the ember that sparks a combustible retaliation? As we watch, Genoa City braces for tremors. The next time we tune in, we'll see if Phyllis's reveal proves prophetic, if it leads to her own doom.